Colts only averaged 3.7 yards per rush.
Right.
They only had 104 yards.
Right, the
on
Colts
the ground.
weren't great.
We actually
They were not great.
They did most of that in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we outgained him. I mean, Andrew Luck, they only threw for 177
But
yards.
they were good. They were good on third downs. They were 9 of 16, and the Redskins were terrible. Couldn't convert. They were 5 of 15.
Yeah.
That's a pretty telling stat.
You know,
They just had the big plays.
Yeah.
I mean, Hilton had a couple of them. Jordan Wilkins had a couple nice runs. But offensively, Washington was just bad.
well, I watched Gruden's presser afterwards, and I think he's like, he couldn't get into a rhythm as a play caller. He just couldn't figure it out, couldn't adjust until it was too late.
Well, I think he wants to run the football, but when Adrian Peterson's going for less than 2 yards per carry,
Yeah.
and that's with a couple of long runs. There were a lot of
By the way,
negative plays.
It wasn't just Adrian. I mean, Chris Thompson carried, I think, 4 times for 1 yard.
Right.
See, the offensive line, Adrian Peterson is fine, but you got to give him some holes.
Like I said, they got dominated on the offensive line and defensive line yesterday.
Right.
But I know still want people to think, oh, well, Peterson's showing his age. He sucks. No, he's fine. There were no holes. There really weren't. Or if there were, he picked the wrong ones.
And don't get too excited about Alex's 292 yards and
so
33
many empty
completions.
calories.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's too excited.
Nobody's excited.
Nobody's excited.
Nobody's excited. They're looking at what Patrick Mahomes is doing and saying,
It's so
Andy
easy.
Reid duped the
It's
Redskins
so easy
again.
to throw to a guy who's wide open
Yeah.
at 4 yards past line
I
of scrimmage.
read nothing into 292 yards passing if you can't lead your team into the end zone.
What they're saying is, the cynics are saying that Andy Reid got the Redskins again.
Well, it looks like
it's a
it.
little
They've
early.
got a rookie quarterback with 10 touchdowns.
Well, he's
Essentially a
second-year
rookie.
guy, yeah.
Understand but he's starting for the first time. He's got 10
Yeah,
TDs in 2 weeks.
Reid knew what he was doing.
By the way, Alex Smith is 4 and 16 all the time when he throws the ball 40 or more times. You just can't let him get into that stratosphere as far as throwing
they
that
had
many
to throw.
passes in a game.
They had to throw. That wasn't their plan. They wanted to run the ball, and they got completely
Sure.
stuffed. And then you're behind.
But it's just a disaster if he's up in that range of throwing the ball.
I
they
think
don't
that's
win
probably
games.
true of most teams. When quarterbacks throw that much, they're behind and they're losing.
Yeah.
And-
God, it was just I
Look,
couldn't
it's a
believe
terrible performance. It was just a real
I
dud.
mean, in the NFL in 2018, with all the rules and the parity, if you can't get into the end zone, man, you suck.
It's never been easier to score offensively in the NFL than it is right now.
It's one of the worst games I've seen in the last year or two. I'm sure you can find a couple
You
others.
went one from one of the best that they played in a while to one of the worst.
Yeah.
But it's typical of Jay Gruden. With Jay Gruden, look at the last 3 years. 9-7 made the playoffs, 8-7-1, and 7-9. They've been a 500-ish team for 3 straight years. Why wouldn't it continue? It's just what they are.
Yeah.
That's why we all predicted 7, 8,
No, I
6, 7, 8
I
wins.
predicted 6 wins. I feel
And
really
this
good
is-
about my 6.
And this is where Chris Russell goes off and didn't work out in week 1 for him, but he says, told you, Club J.
I should have known the Redskins have, under Jay Gruden, just once in the Jay Gruden era, have the Skins beaten opponents by 10 points or more twice in a row. That should have been the super red flag. I should have known.
Yet you were saying, put it all in, shove it all in, Survivor pick week. This is going to be a blowout city.
I mean, I was so bullish on the Redskins. I thought they were going to drum.
He
You're
put
the biggest winner on the board, EB.
He put his teaser in with me.
Teaser, yeah. Do I owe you $5?
Yes, you do.
Do you have a 5 spot? I think I'm going to have to stop these
I think
bets.
I do.
These bets are going to bankrupt me.
Yeah.
$5 at a time.
Yeah, we'll get that paid up during the commercial break.
What was your pick? 31-14? Was that it?
31-17.
31-17.
Yes.
Yeah, the Redskins scoring 31 points.
I did, yes.
They had 3 field goals.
Yeah.
To be fair, they had another field goal attempt.
It was not pretty. It was not a pretty effort by the Redskins, and they better get turned around quickly because the Packers are coming to town.
I'm not blaming Adrian Peterson, but what I'd say is you have the last 2 seasons where he had 601 total yards in 2 seasons. I think yesterday's outcome is more likely than the week 1 outcome for Adrian Peterson. Not only because of Adrian Peterson, but because of Jay Gruden. Jay Gruden just doesn't have guys who consistently give you 80 to 100 yards. It's not in his nature. And I know he's trying and he's saying he wants more balance, but it just hasn't happened.
Well, he's capable of giving you games like he did last week, but he's also capable. He had a bunch of games that where he had 15 carries for 32 yards.
Right.
So it's just a hit or miss.
It was such a bad performance. Offensively, I'm almost speechless. I don't know. Defensively, I'm not surprised that we just get marched on. I'm really not. It's got a bad defense for years.
But as you said, 21 points, that's winnable.
Yeah, the defense had their moments. A couple interceptions, but they don't get enough pressure. Didn't do enough well on third downs.
Is there an update on Trent Williams' knee?
To lose. No, I heard he had ice on it at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And
He said that it was lingering effects from the off-season surgery.
Same knee, right? Yeah.
It's probably, look, he's had a lot of work. He's a big man. His knees are probably never going to be 100%.
Yeah, they're probably a disaster. His knees are probably a disaster.
But they need him out there.
Yes.
Need him out there, even if his knee's banged up.
It's amazing.
The line looked
what a difference
like
a
butt.
week makes.
Didn't look good.
Trent Williams, as great as he looked in week 1, looked okay yesterday. Sheriff didn't look particularly good. He got hurt.
Yep.
Laval, everybody rips him. I guess that's why he gets trucked.
Morgan Moses didn't look
They
good.
got dominated by a bunch of no-names.
That dude Darius Lamb yesterday.
Yeah, he was all over the place.
That's
He
why.
had 18.
That's why
Yep.
there were 25,000 wherever there were empty seats. Skins fans know.
Same old
You
Skins.
can't fool us with a win over the Cardinals. You know what I mean? The Skins fans know.